The front lawn of our national parliament hosts many rallies and protests. Passionate people gather there to draw attention to an issue that's close to their heart. And when I'm in Canberra, I like to visit the protests to discover what different groups and individuals care deeply about. But this week I participated in an ACL demonstration, which was one of the most poignant and moving displays I have witnessed. I wore this t-shirt, and if by the end of this short video you'd like one the same, I'll let you know how. In a display that brought tears to many who dropped by, thousands of handmade baby booties sent to the ACL office from all around Australia were placed reverently on the Parliament lawn, symbols of a great tragedy. You see, the booties represent babies who survived abortion, were born alive but left to die, devoid of any medical assistance. The most conservative estimate is that more than one baby is born alive every week in Australia following an abortion and allowed to die without medical assistance, not even pain relief or palliative care. And the statistics are absolutely verifiable. But to add a bizarre twist to this devastating reality, a form of discrimination exists for Australian babies that is a sort of life and death lotto. And I'm referring to the fact that in South Australia and New South Wales, the law requires health practitioners to treat a person born alive after an abortion in the same way that they would treat any baby. So basically every baby born alive in New South Wales and South Australia is legally entitled to equality of medical care and treatment. But compare that to Queensland's guidelines to medical practitioners, which addresses any potential live birth following an abortion with the instruction, do not provide life-sustaining treatment. Now, the different state laws are starkly discriminatory, with the majority of states and territories, apart from South Australia and New South Wales, totally at odds with common law, which states that legal personhood occurs when a fetus is born alive. Legally, from that second on, a baby should possess the legal rights and protections held by all people. Now, this fact has been the impetus for 3 senators from 3 different parties to jointly introduce the Human Rights Children Born Alive Protection Bill. Its purpose is to protect Australia's littlest citizens, regardless in which state they are born. The 3 who have introduced this bill are National Senator Matt Canavan, Liberal Senator Alex Antic, and United Australia Party Senator Ralph Babet. And it's their bill, currently being considered in the parliamentary committee process, that prompted our peaceful protest outside Parliament with the beautiful booties.
Hi Tess, thank you so much for coming down today, and why do you think it's important to turn up at a protest like this?
Give the voice to the voiceless, always. These babies are vulnerable and have no opportunity, obviously, and it's just really disappointing that people know about this practice and aren't really upset. I'm really appalled by the practice. As soon as you find out it is happening, you just kind of, it makes you angry. Like, how can you not speak up for these little babies?
Firstly, we just want to say thank you so much for bringing this up in Parliament, but what moved you originally to really advocate on this issue?
Well, look, I've been a politician, I've been a person who's always wanted to defend life. I've got to give credit to George Christensen, who put in place the original bill, and so really he exposed this issue, or first brought it to my attention. And look, the basic situation is anybody who you tell about this, that babies are born alive and left to die in this nation, immediately recoils in disgust and wants to see that change. The issue we've got, the challenge we've got, is just making more Australians aware of that.
Yeah, that's right.
Most people don't know that this happens in what is otherwise meant to be a civilised society. So thank you for all the support you've given through ACL and other groups to expose this, but we just got to keep pushing, keep telling the Australian people that story.
Senator Alex, thank you so much for coming down and just seeing our display, but what kind of impression does this leave you with, having seen this?
Well, I guess, Michelle, it's always like referring back to it again, and it's great to see so many people down here supporting the bill, and a lot of great people who came to the inquiry as well, which was so important. It just goes to show the importance of being involved and, you know, being in the space so that you can have your voice heard. So it's just terrific and moving, I have to say. It's very, very moving.
Yeah, Senator Babet, we just thank you so much for all that you're doing in the House to really push the pro-life cause, and coming down here and seeing all this. What kind of impact has it had on you?
It really brings it home. It brings it home how many babies have lost their lives in our nation. And as people at home can see from the footage here, it's hundreds and hundreds of babies every year needlessly lose their lives. And if I can even have a small impact on making sure that the horrific practice of abortion is pushed back upon socially, then I'd have done my job, because I can't stand by as a Christian, as a person, as a human being, and do absolutely nothing while things like this continue.
As for the booties, lovingly made and used so powerfully in the visual display, their job is not over. They are being delivered to pregnancy support centres and hospitals around our nation, where they will warm precious little newborn feet. Many prayers have been said over these booties and the feet that they will cover, and only heaven will reveal what God will do through them for the babies. But also our hope is that young mums will be blessed and encouraged by the simple gift of handmade booties made by someone who cares. I thank God for the pregnancy help centres that so beautifully show love and care for many young mums who can be in a really tough situation. Some are struggling with an unwanted pregnancy, but despite that, they have chosen life. Which brings me back to the message on my t-shirt, choose life. Recorded for us in the Bible, this simple challenge was from God to his people as a clear choice with an equally clear consequence. He said, I set before you life and death. Oh, that you would choose life so that you and your children may live. Now, if you'd like a t-shirt like mine, let us know via our website, and please pray with us that the bill to give equal treatment for all babies born alive will be successful. Thank you to all who have shared your stories with us. You have been heard, and we will continue to speak up for love and life. God bless you.